Here they are. Could be an important die roll for sure, as setting up the detonator can be quite annoying for the deck. While, you know, if on the other end we can go first, set up, you know, our trap cards, and maybe we can prevent any exit from actually being summoned at all. This is the die roll, and our players, yeah, are now ready, and Daniel get to go first. I mean, it has been a while, but this has also been one of the decks you have brought to, you know, some regionals not too long ago.
Yeah, I don't remember when that was, but it was fun to play with the deck. And yeah, I mean, I've always loved it. And
oof, great start
it
here
is.
with one of the 2 copies of Cursed Eldland.
And if you're Emmanuel and you see this, honestly, you might be thinking, oops.
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Indeed. And yeah, we get to search for one of our Golden Land trap cards, in this case the Aquero, which is pretty much vanishing from the graveyard.
I didn't take the Goldelore, which, you know, I assume you may have an elixir.
There it goes. 4 face down, have fun, and spoiler, there is no Lightning Storm or RP Feather Duster in the main deck.
And also there are books, which
not gonna
really
be quite the case for this one. But I mean, Pot of Desires is a good card to start things off, but can we find an answer for whatever is going to be hiding there?
Is he playing just Ash Blossom?
Yes. Just 2 Fuvalos, I guess.
And there's the skill drain.
Oof.
Wow.
Here comes the skill drain.
Is there an out in his main deck?
I guess the book could be an out technically if you can, you know, activate an effect and then chain Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse. You can play around it. Maybe if you somehow manage to make, you know, Exit or Night live. Yeah. In this case, we are just using it to resolve the effect, which might not be as impactful. But I mean, the Ext is a really good way to, you know, try and fight this, because obviously you can just use the aggregator to negate the skill drain afterwards, and this is probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, and that's exactly right. So the aggregator manages to negate the skill drain for the turn.
Interesting list, which I mean, it's not playing the AIRPODS Feather Duster as well, but it's in the side deck, so just in case. And here goes for an XYZ summon. Let's see if it will be the Accident Knight or not, or has something else, but we'll find out. Just thinking about it.
Is there gonna be anything? No. So what could be there? I guess we know, yeah, the Aquero. But as you mentioned, we could assume that there was some way to special summon the Golden Lord. But then I don't know. What else could there be?
I mean, he allowed the dual drive, so.
Because I'm also thinking. Yeah, because like if you have the Akero, right, and you have a way to go for the Golden Lord, by the moment in which they search for X, you could summon the Golden Lord, and then when they use X to send for cost the aggregator, you can chain Akero to banish the aggregator, and then it doesn't resolve. Yeah. So hopefully that will not be the case, but if there is a way to summon the Golden Lord, we could have played around the aggregator.
Playing Naruma?
Let me check. No.
Okay.
No, it's very heavy on the, you know, ELDLICH Golden Lord engine, actually. And yeah, now it seems like there is nothing coming from his opponent. It's just gonna be the detonator. Yeah. And obviously in this case, you know, detonator is annoying by itself, even if he cannot seal the game here, because usually with skill drain you rely on the fact that the Golden Lord is big enough, but not quite big enough to beat over the detonator, so, or to resist it. So yep, I'm just gonna push some damage. Do we have any response?
Is it taking it?
Yeah.
Really? There's no... Okay, there's the...
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have any way to access the Golden Lord. No. So we are just not gonna take this 3000. We are gonna set up, you know, some additional resource. And this could just be it. We are gonna get a draw in main phase 2. Also, do you like using why wouldn't you just use the Akero instead then?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you keep the more powerful one and you also keep the information. But it's alright. 2 face down cards, 3 face down cards, and it's a pass. So we are thinking in the end phase. I mean, we know the Akero is there. It's gonna be used. And yeah, that's about it. So we are gonna get a draw, and now at least the skill drain is back online. But as Daniele is reading, the aggregator is also once more being possibly sent to the graveyard later on. So he needs to be careful about this. I think we are starting off by just searching our deck and paying. Yep. Is this time for the Golden Lord?
I would assume so, but...
Cannot quite see what he got. I guess it's not easy actually, because we can use the Golden Lord, but what do you even hit here? Because there is still the cross online. It's a rough spot. There is the plugin you know about, and yeah, it was the Golden Lord indeed. There it is. Just randomly going through one of the face down cards. And yeah, we are just gonna use, very well played here. We use the cross detach the aggregator, which is gonna then negate the skill drain. And that's huge. Ah no, because oh, he trying to use the protection effect? I thought he was just detaching from cross, that's why I was confused now. Not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, here they're just clarifying with the judge the way this is working, but just making sure everything's all right.
Yeah, we're back into action. Daniele doesn't really seem happy about everything that has happened because now he's in a rough spot. And yeah, I think Emanuele is really, you know, has done his best to maneuver through the skill drain.
Don't see this very often that an ELDLICH deck can break up on the field, Golden Lord, and use top cards as well.
Technically now we have access even to a rank 8 because we can just go for double Golden Lord, but you know, not gonna be the easiest job.
I think here is paying once again, yeah, hit 100 for Surge, and yeah, just using the Solemn Strike being activated here from Emmanuel on the Golden Lord. Which is something don't really expect, but if it was there to negate the Golden Lord, then maybe I think Daniel was not really thinking about it. And it's a tough spot now because, oh, but there's the Solemn Judgment, which he kept for this moment, and I think it makes a lot of sense to activate it on the Solid Strike. Otherwise, you know, the Golden Lord would have not been summoned on the field, and here it is. Finally, being summoned and enters battle phase. So let's see if the attack will go through. And it does. For a very close game one, as both of our players are holding on their cards, and there's of course the skill drain, which you know is causing quite of a troubles for Emmanuel. But on the other hand, though, that Daniel is left with 1,455 points. And now here also, okay, there was the 800 which have not been calculated previously. Might have passed. Okay, there's the plugin being activated from Emmanuel. And let's see if he finds a way here to get rid of the Golden Lord. Yeah, and the detonator comes back.
Yeah, what a grind. Honestly, down to the very few life points, 650 for Daniele. Trying to stay in this. Quite different as we expected and mentioned in the pre-match discussion from some of the combo matchups that we have seen today, especially last round of this has already lasted pretty much as the entire match from Roberta.
And he plays the counter, I think, as well, which we haven't seen in a while. Land forever, yeah. Which was not popular back then, and I always felt like the card is good, but maybe, you know, it was lacking, you know, consistency. But yeah, it's a nice addition overall.
Yeah, maybe more common in the side deck for going first, but yeah, I mean, when you're playing a deck like this, you might as well commit.
I think Manuel is asking for a translation. He may not be familiar with the card because. You know.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone too unfamiliar, essentially you can tribute a zombie monster and negate either a spell, trap, or monster effect. So it's pretty much a middle ground between Solemn Judgment and Solemn Strike. And there comes the second Golden Lord, playing the full 3 copies of you know, this boss monster that, by the way, will also be featured in the alternate art of Pot of Extravagance, which will be released in Quarter Century Stampede next week. 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance are for a reason in the deck, by the way.
Beautiful ones as well. And here it's become more of a grind game, which for a moment we thought that it was like Manuel was basically, you know, maneuvering, and now with the Golden Lord, it's becoming, you know, quite difficult to deal with this.
Yeah, and here, like there was a bit of a confusion, but at the end, we're gonna resolve it. And we will eventually go through all of our spell and traps, but for now we still have a Sanguine. We get it.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt like this was going for Manuel's side at the very beginning of the duel, although there was the skill drain being activated. But now, honestly, it's becoming tough.
And here comes Gozen Match, yet another limited trap card.
Okay, there's the Book of Eclipse, which
we are gonna negate. Yeah.
Ah, there's the Gozen match, which I haven't seen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did have Gozen, and now this is brutal. Gonna be just you know, the grand match at its finest, because now we can shuffle back some cards with the cross. Seems like neither of them are gonna just end up low on resources, but slowly but steadily the momentum is shifting towards, I gotta say, Daniel's side.
Yeah, the more they play, the more advantage Daniel gains. Because, I mean, of course, it's 650 life points, but it's becoming so difficult and complicated for Emmanuel right now, just because also there's the Gozen match and
Okay, after a while, we are finally able to special summon some more RYZEALs from Emmanuel's side. Let's check the extra deck, but I doubt we'll find any surprise down there. But yeah, the Eclipse Twins is quite a nice addition in what is a grindy matchup like this one. It's just getting, you know, this 3000 attack back is pretty nice. Yeah, now we are gonna go into another Exceed. Interesting, so we are gonna go for Star Liege. I guess, yeah, our options are quite limited by the Gozen match.
we don't know Daniel's last set card, right? Oh no, yeah,
Yeah, we do.
There's
Yeah, yeah. Sure, I guess. Okay, we're just gonna use the Ash Blossom, picked up a bit late. And yeah, in the end phase, we're just gonna use once more a land trap card. The cycle of resources just never seem to end. And here comes one of the spell cards, which is also using some one-offs in the deck. In this case, it will be the Black Awakening. I don't know if he has any other target, because I think he has only gone through double Golden Lord, so he should, unless he specifically draws the third, he can activate the card.
You think if you're Emmanuel, you just may consider of giving up your cards? Because it's big. I mean, I understand the advantage that you have in terms of life points,
Yeah.
but you have, I think, a Fuvalos and another card in hand, and this is like super difficult to deal with. Okay, goes for the detonator.
I guess it's worth at least trying to push one more time, because right now the situation is kind of like you're sitting on a 3000, they are sitting on a 2500, and if you negate the Golden Lord effect in the graveyard, that's how they access a monster which is larger than 25. So with the cross you can do this kind of niche plays. And yeah, we do have the third Golden Lord available. But I think we are gonna be stuck under zombies, if I'm not mistaken, so we cannot really go into an yeah, we are stuck for zombies for this turn.
I think he may have maybe another Conquistador in the deck. I think he used to.
Yeah. Playing 3 copies of every single cop. Oh, yeah. Wow. What a match. So now we draw a card. It's now or never, I feel like. Most likely. Let me check something. Yeah. So we are gonna start things off by having a draw. Also wondering at what point do we just destroy this cross, because it seems like the main problem has been, you know, the cross. Giving cards, negating the Lord. If we just would have gotten rid of the cross right away, I feel like it should have been a much easier game. But yeah, we are just gonna attack over a Lord.
I also feel like now it's becoming complicated for Emmanuel to understand whether, you know, this one is on his side or on his opponent's side. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult to understand, but
yeah, I mean, because the issue is now we finally resolved the Golden Lord and we can just attack finally over this detonator. And yeah, I do agree with you that at some point Emmanuel is gonna have to think about whether to pick up his cards or not. 2500 in defense, the Star Leech, so it's not like he can do much. And from next turn, we might finally be able to access some XYZs from Daniele as well.
I mean, I can't really find a way from Manuel's side in which he can get out of this. You know what I mean? And it's been at least 7 or 8 minutes now. Because like this is what ELDLICH does,
yeah.
You know. So it's like it's controlling the game, and the more he controls it, basically, chances are is going to win the game. I mean, with 17 minutes remaining, honestly, there's also a risk of a potential draw, if that's the case.
Yeah, totally right, and this cannot be part of the plan of what, you know, Manuel wants, because we have mentioned how different it is for our duelists to be playing at a YCS or to be playing at an open. At a YCS, you would gladly take a draw, it's alright, but here, it basically means that you need to win out the rest of the day, so I don't know. It's definitely a big risk, but I feel like the only reason why Emmanuel is not picked up his cards is life points. It just could be a bias, but he sees this 650 there, and he's like, am I really never gonna to be able to push 650? And the answer could be no.
I mean, isn't it? I don't want to say obvious, but like,
could be.
How can you survive? That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you can survive other couple of turns. And in terms of like time, I think this could have ended 10 minutes ago or something.
Almost. It's possible.
Because I get it. Because like I totally get it that maybe you may be wondering.
And this could be over, by the way, because all you need to do is for 2 of these Golden Lords to connect, and it is happened. Game 1 goes to Daniele. What a comeback.
And he let Daniele go first. Okay, interesting.
And here it is the part of extravagance we have been talking about. Officially part of the archetype with the new alternate art.
Set 5.
And it's a set 5 go. Are we going to see any Lightning Storm? We see Fuvalos and Meowls. Interesting. Into Lightning Storm, into Storm. Do we have a response?
Yeah.
It's the Solemn Judgment, and this is a +2 at the moment. Because we don't really need to use our trap cards, but also the Meowls is surprising to me.
Maybe he didn't have enough cards to side out.
Yeah. And we see the X sending.
If there's a Solemn Strike, this hurts.
Yeah. There are many things that could hurt here, to be fair. Considering we have used already 4 cards. But it's gonna resolve, which is great news for Emmanuel.
There's a Gozen match once more. Oof. Wow.
Big Gozen match, and now... Yeah. We are just gonna set 1, set 2, possibly an impermanence in the same column of the Gozen, but that's about it. And I don't think we use our Sanguine if we have it.
Not at all. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and we're just gonna draw. Then my main. What a start from Daniele.
Okay, he decided just to set 1 and pass without activating anything else. Maybe he's holding Sanguine.
Yeah, I guess it's not even super easy to attack over the X because it's got 2000 defense, but no, we switch it to attack mode just to push a little damage. And this could be a big punish because if they didn't have access, they couldn't attack over it. But now they can. And we are going to Book of Moon our monster. This allows us to summon, yeah. Given that we don't have any more alive monster on the field.
Is there a response? No.
No, so we resolve, we go and search for what could be Ice or another X, I guess. Ooh, and we have a second copy. That's big. Do we have enough cards for Exiton? No, I guess not.
There's another dual drive. There's a Solemn Strike. Yes.
Oof,
So he kept it.
yeah, played it patiently, not used the Solemn Strike when he could have, and down to 2500 life points. We have a face down next. But didn't we attack?
Yeah, he attacked with it, and then
I don't think he can switch the position because it seems to us as if he attacked, then it was the trap card was activated, it Book of Moonded, so he cannot flip it, and yeah, the judge just got it. And thank for us, the permanent's gone. Yeah, this is unfortunately has been yeah, a bit of a rough one.
Daniel sets one and pass is really looking for, but there's also there can be only one.
Oof. Wow. Crazy. I mean, we have seen Skill Drain Gozen and there can be all limited. He's playing also Rivalry if you want to know. I mean, he's going to see some of them, but when you see that many limited trap cards, it gets rough real quick.
It is a Sanguine. Did he lock himself with these 3 set cards?
Yeah. No, because the problem about there can be is that you also cannot access the Lord.
I think he hard drew it.
Couldn't you just do it on your own? Or... I was thinking whether there was some merit to just use the Gauntlet Lord on your own card. Because then you can just pretty much ride the Golden Lord to victory, no?
But I think he didn't do it because he thought that he could get rid of the Conquistador and then bring the Golden Lord on the field, and that the judge told him that it
maybe
would not be possible. Yeah,
that's unfortunate, but I guess there is another big Oh, and we see the RP Feather Duster off the top. This could be over real soon, and it is going to resolve getting rid of everything. Wow. And now the Meowth's being used as a level 4 is also quite funny. He doesn't have any card, right? So full top deck mode for both, I think. Which means we also need to be careful, because once we attack over the Sanguine, we are gonna give him a lot of resources, because there is an Aquero, there is a Conquistador, and he will be on 4 cards if we consider that against our only detonator we cannot really go for. So, oh, here comes an old friend. I mean, rough. Put Eclipse option. Oh, Dugares. There are a few options which are interesting. And yeah, Dugares it is. And I do agree with it. So we're gonna just play the lottery. See if we find anything with this Dugares.
As mentioned, though, there may be a risk of a draw.
Absolutely. He needs to discard one, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Caught it. But yeah, he was rewarded. And as you have mentioned, I think more likely than not, this could just end in a draw. Because even if we pick up our cards and start game 3, I don't think there is a way for the deck to deal damage going first. Because like you would need to be able to make the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Gustav Max.
Can deal damage to itself. I think it's 100.
I guess so. Is there a way?
Probably. Yeah, game 2 is over, so it's I think it's just a matter of
I don't
is there enough time, or I don't know.
Here comes the start with the pot of prosperity. But do we have any way to deal? Also, this is a beast one. 3 out of 3 goes in match and we take it. And it's 4 face downs and a pass. So Emanuel is gonna play as fast as possible. Oof. But we activate skill drain. No way.
Really?
We activated skill drain and there are 10 seconds left. There is no way. I cannot believe it. No, there is no way. Oh wow, what an ending this could be. As time would be called, then we use Book of Moon and Solemn Judgment. Oh wow. Wow, what an ending. What an ending to this match.